Helen Arkell Dyslexia charity is there to provide support to people with dyslexia, whether they're children, young people, adults, and the fact that the guys at Bell House are saying, come in, we want this place to be used and we want it to be handed over to the local community is such a fantastic opportunity for us to come in and then to provide whatever support is required for the people that live around here.
The first thing I suggest you do is go to the school and talk to the school and see what they're doing, what they've got in place, seeing what their view of your child is. Alternatively, you can come to a place like the Helen Arkell Centre. We can provide initial consultations for parents or guardians, either at the centre or at home. You can have your child assessed, which will give you more or less a definitive answer of whether they're dyslexic or not. Or if you don't need to know, definitely have to have the label, then you can have one-to-one tuition to help your child.
The screening assessment is a very common thing that schools do. The problem with screeners is they're not very in-depth. We do what we call diagnostic assessments at Helen Arkell, and other places do them as well. A diagnostic assessment is where an assessor would look at a child or an adult's literacy skills. So they look at reading, writing and spelling in considerable depth. They also look at what we call cognitive skills. So we look at elements like memory, speed of processing of information, phonological awareness, which is the understanding of words and how they're made up. In addition to that, we also assess general ability. Then the assessor writes up a very detailed report which focuses on the strengths and weaknesses that have been found as a result of the assessment, and if appropriate they would give a diagnosis. Well, very similar actually to children getting help. It is very possible for adults to undergo assessment in the same way that children undergo assessment. It's also very possible for adults to be assessed in the workplace so that they can get support with their difficulties in a workplace, and as well as that, employers can also be supported and helped to then support their employees if they need it.
I think one of the things you can do is make learning fun. So at home, when you're practicing their spellings and things, go out and write in mud and just don't sit there with a piece of paper because they won't learn it.
Do lots of reading to your child so that they are getting the language, they're hearing the language rather than seeing the language yourself. Let them listen to audiobooks. The transfer from primary to secondary school can be very problematic. You've no longer got one class teacher that you can go to as the parent who will help you with your particular child. Your main port of call would be to develop a relationship with the Senko pretty smartly. Find out who it is, go and arrange to have a meeting, be demanding.
And it's also things like, don't ask him to write the homework instructions from the board,
yes,
because he won't be able to finish it and he'll get it wrong. So let him photograph, yes, if he's got a mobile phone. No, but ask the teachers to give him a photocopy or something.
Yeah. Show them what progress they have made, because it's very easy to think I'm not making any progress. But I used to show Hector every 6 months or every year the books he was reading 6 months or a year ago, and he would always be amazed that, you know, this is what I could do or couldn't do then, but I can do it now.